I'm Eric, I'm a game designer, and today we're going to be reviewing Little Nightmares 2. Little Nightmares 2 is an atmospheric horror side-scrolling adventure. With danger hiding in plain sight, you will have to puzzle and run your way out of many tricky situations. Little Nightmares 2 excels at displaying a captivating world. A world full of questions with seemingly no answers, but also a world in which all the ideas and mechanics presented tie into where you are and what you're doing. Walking around in the woods and stumbling upon a bear trap, or finding a hunter's lodge, all thematically fits within the setting, with the mechanics seamlessly integrated within this concept. The mechanics and problems you encounter are there to support the environment, serve the world building and immersion. On the other hand, the environments are there to explain the mechanics to you, teach you more about what you are doing. Little Nightmares 2 is a master at guiding you through the experience. Instead of explicitly stating what you need to do, it gradually facilitates your learning through experimentation, which is enabled by the visuals and the feedback. Little Nightmares 2 follows quite a typical structure when it comes to teaching you mechanics within its level design. It introduces a mechanic, it builds upon it with variety and challenge, and then adds a twist to it. But what makes it stand out and allows it to coherently communicate ideas with you, the player, without any form of external tutorial, are the way the items are represented and placed within the levels. For instance, to familiarize yourself with a specific concept, they may scatter around some shoes. You can pick them up, you can throw them away, but there's no puzzle attached to them yet. Then further on in the level, once again there are shoes. But this time one shoe is blue, whereas all the other ones are red. This makes this particular shoe stand out, distinguish itself among the others, nudging you into the right direction by reminding you that this is something you can interact with. You also see that there's something suspicious in front of you. Perhaps that is a trap. At this point there's this aha moment. It just clicks. You now understand how these two elements interact with each other. And in case you didn't figure it out yet, you can always try something out. And if it doesn't work, you're more likely to pick up the shoes the next time. It's a form of trial and error. But what Little Nightmares ensures is that the error is not necessary, as long as you can make the connections between different elements. Little Nightmares 2 also guides you through sound and light. For example, by highlighting a specific area that the game wants you to go to, or perhaps it plays a specific sound that indicates you're on the right track. Speaking about sound, the game manages to instantly change a particular mood, the level of danger, by tuning the speed and intensity of what you're listening to, either putting you into a state of calmness, a state of suspense, something is coming, or a state of threat, danger is ahead. Sound is one way in which Little Nightmares 2 presents its horror to you. Instead of focusing on jump scares or up close and personal moments which you may have in a first-person horror game, Little Nightmares 2 displays its horror through disturbance and discomfort. One way the game does this is through the NPCs and enemies which you encounter, which have a distinct visual style, with disproportionate anatomy and animations which don't quite feel right, to establish just enough of a barrier to still recognize them as a human being, but not enough to experience their human touch. Another way the game enhances your discomfort is by portraying your weakness, your vulnerability. You look quite fragile, which is also a feedback mechanic within the gameplay. For example, when you jump off something with an item in hand, you'll instantly drop the item once you've fallen, because it is simply too heavy for you to hold on to. Additionally, your lack of strength is exhibited when you carry weapons. When you take a swing with your axe, it requires your whole body strength to do so, and there's quite a bit of delay before you can swing again. Another way the game makes you feel uncomfortable is by surprising you, including an interaction and feedback which you weren't expecting, as a warning to always be aware of the danger that may be lurking around, but also to re-engage you and once again capture your full attention. Lastly, apart from the setting of the game, Little Nightmares 2 differentiates itself from the first game by adding an AI companion. This companion adds many components, interesting interactions, and emotions to gameplay. You're now not only responsible for your own life, but also the life of someone else. You have to take care for both your sakes. It also adds more in-depth puzzles, in which you require the assistance of your companion, giving them instructions on how to do something, and then acting accordingly yourself. Though most importantly, your friend helps you remedy the problem of uncertainty, not knowing what to do or where to go. Your friend can subtly hint you, nudge you into the right direction, and maybe even highlight a point of interest by standing there and preparing for an interaction. Little Nightmares 2 has you continuously engaged by building upon the fundamentals of the first game, cleverly switching between calm moments of puzzle solving, suspenseful moments of exploration, or intense escape sequences, all whilst feeling a sense of fear. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Game Designer Plays. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I would highly appreciate that. And then I hope to see you back in my next video. See you there. Bye bye.